I made the point earlier in the week, though, that he seemed to be hitting his backhand so well that sometimes you just make a little adjustment and it affects the other wing, the forehand, where he's, I think, normally better and, of course, does take more risks, like so many players.
Both of them have now served 5 aces. Six-5 then, Courier leads, and it will be up to Henman to try and hold serve and force this opening set into the tiebreak. We'll be back after this. And Henman must hold serve for a second time to save it. 5-6. Is he coming across the ball as opposed to hitting through it a little?
Yes, he's really betwixt and between in it. He needs to make one very quickly. Through a little call of come on from Courier as he senses this might be the moment. Yes, I was thinking that Henman looking a little more assured when he's playing his forehand to Courier's backhand side.
Played that carefully and cleverly. Well, another forehand error when going across court, and that one gives Jim Courier set point. That is extraordinary that 4 of Henman's aces have come when break point down.
Well, even if he should lose this match, I mean, that is tremendously encouraging. It's a sign of courage. It's a sign of a really good player to be able to do that.
As we'll always remember, he saved 2 match points against Yevgeny Kavelnikov at Wimbledon last year with 2 aces. It's the forehand that's the Achilles heel at the moment, and normally, of course, that's his stronger shot. Second break point, second set point.
Thank you.
Oh, Courier really kept the pressure on. That was a tremendous bit of movement to get behind it for the defensive lob, and in a situation like that, it's almost hardly defensive.
Everyone's getting a little nervous.
Advantage courier.
Set point number 3.
One just wonders whether the thought doesn't go through Henman's mind that he might well serve volley occasionally behind the second serve.
Well, he found the forehand just when he needed it, my word.
On the other hand, why bother to deny yourself the chance of missing a forehand when you know full well that when you are down a big point, you come up with the goods.
So 3 set points saved. He saved 3 against Magnus Gustafsson in the quarterfinals. And that's a 4th double, and it brings up a 4th set point.
Well, Courier had to get out of the way of that, having hit the net. Had it hit him, it would have been a let.
So there's the first set off another Henman forehand error, and it's the stars and stripes that are flying at the end of the set, which goes to Courier by 7 games to 5, just a minute short of the hour.
Yes, it's a bit of a dilemma, really. Of course, the reason I suggest he might well serve volley on the second serve is to prevent himself having to hit those ground strokes, and also the fact that he has got good volleys.
Is it now simply a question of confidence when you come to hit the forehand?
Very much so, and of course the wind plays its part. But it seems that the inside-out forehand is hitting well, and when it comes to hitting the cross-court, he's almost playing the ball with an inside-out feeling. The idea very often, if you are a little worried and a little tentative without pushing the ball back, if you just pick a far bigger target and hit it, in other words, hit a few successively down the middle of the court, but hit them.
30-15.
Courier missing one of his into out forehands.
Goodness.
We've certainly seen some interesting hats this week. And is history going to repeat itself? Can Henman break in the opening game of the second set as he did in the opening game of the first? The answer is he can. Of course, after he'd lost the second set to henman in the semi-finals, he bounced right back by a breaking serve. And a further example of the excellent temperament of Tim Henman, but he's still got a big hill to climb if he's to get back into this match.
Yes, and Courier really will be certainly very angry about the fact that he missed that big forehand. You can see Henman using the wind well there. He might well have been in behind it, but at least this gives him the satisfaction of having made a forehand, even though he doesn't hit it particularly well.
1-love Henman, second set. His opening service game in the second set. He couldn't in the first, having broken then. Not enough depth on the Henman approach shot.
No, it was a little similar to the forehand hit in the previous game, far too short, and it gives Courier so much time to pick his side.
Ace number 7.
Are you going to say it, or am I? Yes, he's been doing this far too often this week, getting into a habit of playing these little drop volleys. And it's something that even Michael Stich is in danger of overdoing. You certainly don't want to get into that train of thought every time you go to play the volley, particularly when you've got a good deep volley as Henman has.
Advantage.